In August 2022, a black sedan stopped outside the Russian embassy in Ottawa. 3 men went out and spray-painted a blue and yellow bike that had been locked to a telephone pole, symbolizing Ukraine and Moscow's disastrous invasion. Although the act was caught on camera by a witness, no Russian envoys were asked to leave the country. This is an example of a concerning trend in which foreign diplomats have been getting away with incidents of misconduct in Canada, such as spreading disinformation and helping a foreign student accused of sexual assault flee the country. There have been no diplomatic expulsions by the Canadian government in more than 5 years. This lack of action by the government has also allowed countries like Russia and China to continue carrying out clandestine activities on Canadian soil. Notably, the Chinese consulate in Toronto has recently been accused of threatening the family of Conservative MP Michael Chong after he voted in favor of a motion that condemned China's oppression of minority Uyghurs. Prime Minister Justin Trudeau has said that expelling diplomats is a big step that needs to be taken with due consideration on all potential impacts. This seems to be an inadequate response to the threat of foreign interference, considering that many of its democratic allies have taken much more stringent measures. For instance, European countries have expelled more than 400 Russian diplomats since President Vladimir Putin's invasion of Ukraine in 2022. The Ukrainian-Canadian Congress has been urging the Canadian government to expel Russian diplomats, and they are skeptical of the government's reluctance to take any action. Russian embassy staff in Canada has been accused of using social media to try and undermine support for Kyiv, and those posts include accusations of Canada supporting a Nazi regime in Ukraine, a false claim that has been widely criticized. The Chinese embassy has called the allegations of its foreign interference campaign rumors, but intelligence reports have implicated the Chinese mission in Toronto in illicit activities, including a clandestine transfer of funds for the 2019 federal election and attempts to get pro-Beijing candidates elected to the Vancouver City Council. Canada has taken action against diplomats in the past, but that appears to have been largely abandoned in recent years. This needs to change if the country hopes to protect itself from the threat of foreign interference. It's time for the Canadian government to send a clear message to those who would use their diplomatic immunity to carry out activities that compromise the safety of Canadians, and follow the lead of its democratic allies in expelling those that threaten our security.